It's been so cold outside in this winter time. All I want to do is sleep. I haven't seen the sun shine her pretty face, and it makes me...
Hey guys, Utah Steve back here for another video, and today I want to talk about gear overload / what's in my toy box. That's what I call my little cedar chest over here that I keep the smaller things in that will fit in there. I also have a big shelf in this room in my basement that is full of gear. I had a bunch of gear up in my closet in my bedroom that I brought down here. I have some in my garage, but that's stuff I have yet to go through and I'm not going to today. But what I am going to do is take care of business here in this room. So today I'm going to go through my gear. I'm going to organize it. I'm going to hold on to the things that I know I'm going to continue to use. And I'm going to get rid of the things that I've used, loved, didn't like so much, whatever. And I'm going to put that in a box of its own and figure out what to do with it next. And we will figure that out by the end of this video. So let's get started, shall we? Let's pull out some of this gear and talk about it a little bit while we organize. Before I get started, I just want to say this blanket looks pretty ratty and worn. It's what I call the 80-pound blanket because it's heavy. Made of denim, and on the other side some kind of, I don't know what this is, some kind of cotton flannel, I guess. This blanket is 100 years old. My great-grandma made this way back, believe it or not, before I was born. So that's why I'm using this. I just kind of wanted to include the 80-pound blanket in the video for the sake of my great-grandma. So let's get started with this, shall we? Let's start with this sleep pad, with sleep pads in general. This is an old foam sleep pad I inherited from one of my sons. I've tried sleeping on this. It's not super comfortable. However, my kids definitely benefit from something like this, and it's just their size. It's not very big. So this I'm going to hold on to, and even if they don't use it, I'm going to cut it in half and use it as a seating pad when I'm out hiking. So we'll keep that. Now, as for my Alps Mountaineering and self-inflating sleep pad, I love this thing. It's been great. I am going to go with a lighter sleep pad. This weighs a couple of pounds. But for now, I'm still going to use it until I purchase something else. So we'll keep that as well. Now, let's talk tents. Let's talk shelters, shall we? I have this. This tent is from Target. It comes with a rain fly. And it is one of the first tents I bought when I got into backpacking because it was 30 bucks. And not too heavy. It's maybe 3 or 4 pounds, but that is heavy for backpacking. It's just when you're first starting out trying to figure stuff out, it's one of those purchases I made. Now my kids still use this, my little boys, so I am going to hang on to this as well, but this will probably go in the garage with stuff that I only use when they tag along. This is my Eureka Solitaire. I love this tent. It was missing all last summer. And then I found it in my garage. It had rolled underneath something. So I went all summer without it. This is a great backpacking tent. Only weighs a couple pounds. And I plan on using this quite a bit this year, along with my hammock camping that I plan to do as well. Okay, now, this is also made by Eureka. This is my Eureka Solitaire. I've used this in quite a few previous videos. The only problem I had with it, it kept me bone dry in a storm. It was comfortable and warm. I love the mesh top that it has on it. The problem I have is that this is a lay-down tent only. It's more of a bivvy tent. And when I was trapped in a rainstorm in the desert a couple years ago, I realized even though I didn't get claustrophobic, I did have to lay in this tent for 2, 3, 4 hours, listening to it rain, trying to occupy myself. Could not sit up in it. This is a lay down tent only, And that's when I discovered I need something to sit up in, which is when I upgraded to the Eureka Spitfire. So this is going in our box of things that will probably go away. Now, anything that has to do with sleeping bags or quilts or blankets, this is a Snug Pack over blanket or over quilt, more like a blanket, for my hammock system that I have not used yet. It's brand new, and I will definitely be keeping this, so that'll go in this pile over here. And this is a Snug Pack jungle blanket, great blanket, very warm, and a lot of military personnel like it as a replacement for the Whoopee blanket. I'm definitely hanging on to this. And really any other sleeping bag that I own. I have a 5-degree bag, I have a 40-degree bag. Just depends on the weather, the temperature outside, what my needs are. I'm just going to hang on to what I have because I'm not overloaded with that stuff. I have what I need. So this stuff will go in the keep pile. Okay, now, if you've seen the video that I did on this Shangling sportswear company, this is called the Fontic backpack. It's packable, folds into a little suitcase. I'm not going to open it right now, so I don't feel like putting it back. But I have 2 of these, and the reason why is the one they sent me to test, the zipper kept sticking. And I needed to know if it was the zipper that was the problem, or the actual, if this is how they manufacture it. The second one I bought, no zipper problems, great backpack. I don't need either one of these, so this is going in the giveaway pile. And the reason I don't need them is because I have a blue one that I like better, that's not by this company, to be honest. Here's our second one, so that's going over there. This is an interesting thing. Maybe you've heard of the SOL Escape Bivy. It does not stand for SOL in the traditional term. I won't swear here, but it stands for Survive Outdoors Longer. Company makes some good stuff. This is very lightweight. This weighs ounces. And I've done a video on it, a preview, but I've never used it. It's supposed to be good down to like 30 degrees. So this year, I'm going to do some ultralight camping and test this thing out. So we'll keep this. Hi, Scraps. You helping? This is my Osprey rolling pack organizer. I keep my first aid kit, fishing kit, fire kit, whatever I need in here. Hygiene. It depends on the trip. And then I just roll it up, throw it in my pack. This was a gift from my son. It's a lifesaver. I use this all the time. We'll keep it. This is the mosquito net for my hammock, and I'm going to keep that because I will be putting that to use. Frog Togs rain suit. These are the bottoms. I have the tops here somewhere. I really like these. Super lightweight, easy to tear. Got to be careful with it. Still got some mud on it from my last hike I did in it, and we'll hang on to that. This is a crawdad trap, or crayfish, whatever you want to call them. I've never used it. It was 10 bucks at a sporting goods store, and I want to get into crayfishing this summer. So I bought this on clearance, I believe. But we'll keep that. It'll probably be in an upcoming video. This is my first cook pot ever. It's beloved. I have enjoyed it and cherished it. You can see there that I've used it quite a bit over the fire, over the stove, whatever I've used. It's by Stanley. It's not very heavy. It's stainless steel, and I have enjoyed it very much. However, I have a cook set that I like better, so I'm going to toss this over here for now. And here's that cook set. This is the Espit cook stove. I've used this even more, and I love this thing. So this will be the one I stick with most of the time in most future videos. I picked this up at Walmart for my kids. This is just a basic mess kit, and it weighs almost nothing. It's aluminum, 5-piece mess kit. I'm going to hang on to that for my boys, my little boys. I have a bunch of bags from my Sawyer kit, my water filter kit. The problem is my Sawyer Squeeze Mini froze during the winter, so it's not usable. I have to purchase another Sawyer Squeeze Mini. But I have plenty of these bags and I need them, so I'll hang on to those. Let's talk gaiters. These. I bought these maybe for $15 to $18 off of Amazon. They're made by Liberty Mountain, which is a Utah company. Unfortunately, my winter camp that I went on, where I was doing some hammock camping in Coldwater Canyon, these were a fail. One thing I don't like about them is you tie them. Instead of having buckles that fasten, you just tie them underneath your shoe, around the back of your calf. It's really annoying way to do it, and also they did not keep my legs dry. So unfortunately, these will have to go in this pile. And you may be wondering, what do I do now? Brand new. These gaiters have the buckle system where you pull the strap and tighten them down. They have a Velcro that goes all the way down the back of your leg that's really strong. And they tighten up here around the top near your knees. I'm looking forward to using this very soon in a day hike that I'm planning on going on. So yes, absolutely keeping these. Getting a lot of texts. Stop texting me. I have a couple of these. I can't remember where I ordered these. I think I got them on Amazon for really cheap. This is an inflatable pillow. You just blow it up like you would a, pool toy. But they're really comfortable, and they weigh almost nothing. To be honest, I've invested in a more expensive pillow that I have here, but I think I'm going to use these. They'll save weight, and they're comfortable enough, and they're soft. They have a velvet cover on them, so I'm going to hang on to these. I have some long underwear. Unfortunately, they are 50-50. They're not entirely synthetic, so these are just going to go into my everyday wear, whatever. Not every day, but when it's cold out and I'm just going to work or something, it's not going to stay in my backpacking gear. I'm going to invest in some synthetic long underwear. Got some good hiking socks. I keep these separate from my regular socks so that I can come in here and just load up my gear as needed. Sorry about that. Cat attack. Anyway, he thinks it's playtime in here. So we'll keep these with the rest of my gear. Catfish bait. I never opened this, never used it, and it's got to be pretty gross by now, but catfish like that. And maybe crayfish will too, so still good, I think. Just haven't used it. Put that with the crayfish trap. Light my fire, titanium spork. Pretty sturdy, super lightweight, definitely keeping that. Maybe you've seen this before in one of my videos. This is my fleece hood that I took on my winter camp, hammock camping. Definitely keeping this. This was wonderful to sleep in. Summit Outfitters self-inflating pillow. Right here, you just open this, it fills up, and then you add more air as needed. This material is extremely uncomfortable. And this is actually heavier than that other pillow I just showed you. Unfortunately, this is kind of a fail for me. It's not comfortable. I wake up with headaches. It has this little pocket right here where your head can rest, which is a good idea in theory. But I'm a side sleeper, so my ear goes in there, my neck gets pushed this way, and I wake up with a headache and a kink in my neck every time I use this, no matter how much air I put in it. So for someone else, probably a good thing. For me, not so much. Going in that pile. Here is another pillow I purchased. This is probably the first one I purchased outside of those ones that you blow up. This is an Alps mountaineering pillow, but as you can see, it's a little flimsy in the middle, and the reason why is because it's so flat when you lay on it that I've had to fold it like this and sleep on it, and as you can tell, that's not a very big space for your head. So this is comfortable, but it's for smaller heads or people who don't require that much support on your neck and head like I do, as I said, side sleeper, so that makes a difference. This is a moisture wicking hat I bought off Amazon, and when it arrived I realized how ugly I thought it was. I don't go for certain shapes of brims, as you can tell. I like my hats a certain way. This didn't cut it for me. Super lightweight, definitely moisture wicking, very adjustable with a buckle. Never used it really, just tried it on. It's going over there. More knife. I think this is one of the most popular knives in backpacking. It's a bit chewed up. I need to sharpen it. Definitely keeping it. It's been a good knife. I keep duct tape wrapped around it in case I need it to repair something. This particular punk rock duct tape, they don't even make anymore, I don't think. So, pretty cool. Anyway, we'll keep it. My trekking poles from Walmart, also wrapped with the punk rock duct tape. Believe it or not, these have been really good, and they were about 20 bucks a piece. I'm pleased with them. So far, so good. I'm going to be doing some ultralight camping with a tarp as my shelter. So these will be my tent poles as well as my hiking support. So I'm going to hang on to these. Walmart water bladder, 2 liter. First ones I ever bought or used. My kids still use these. I don't at all. But they've been pretty good for beginner equipment, and I just don't. I would chuck this if my kids didn't use it. So we'll keep that for now, for them. I have a bunch of these really lightweight rain ponchos made of, garbage bag material. You can buy these anywhere, dirt cheap. I keep them because my kids like to wear them when it's raining, and they don't add much to the pack. Super lightweight. So we'll hang on to any of those that I have. In fact, here's another one. Here's a lightweight plastic spoon. I think I got it at Walmart. I'm going to keep that again for the boys. I have a backpacking stool. Pretty cool little seat. I've not really used this. I don't know if I want to. It weighs a pound and a half. Not too heavy. But the truth is, every time I go out, I don't always look, where's my stool I need to sit down. I usually find a log or a rock or something like that, just naturally. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to use this, so it goes in that pile. I don't know if I mentioned that's made by Alps Mountaineering as well. I really like their products. I have a couple of buffs here that I wear on my head. These things are great. These are kind of faded and used. I'm going to have to buy some new ones. This is UV resistant and comes in handy for so many things. You can also use it over your face, all kinds of things. I like these better than a regular bandana. They're lighter and they're moisture wicking. This is a quick drying moisture wicking towel. It clips into a little pouch and you stuff it inside. Great. I use this all the time, so keeping that. I have some cordage here. I'm sure will come in handy. But these are little towels. They look like pills. You drop them in water, they expand. I've used these for everything from washing my face and hands to toilet paper. They are biodegradable. These are great. This was $4 for this whole bag of 50. I use them all the time when I go camping. Now here's my Sawyer Mini. This does not work anymore. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't depend on it because it froze. So we're going to chuck that. I do have my life straw, and this actually has saved my butt a few times. It's nice to be able to stick this right in the water and drink from it. Very handy. Bunch of hand warmers. Absolutely keeping those. These things are wonderful, aren't they? Okay, I have a few of these little lanterns. These are great. This one's not on. Let me grab another one. Blue and orange. Different settings. These are great tent lanterns, but what I've found is I only need a headlamp most of the time. So I'm going to put these over there, believe it or not. These are good. They're not expensive. They're quality, except I broke the, see this has a little thing to hang. I broke this one off accidentally, but good little lights. I just don't use them, so they're going over here. Coleman saw from Walmart. Use this a lot, actually. Still do. Gonna keep using it. I'm pretty happy with this. Camouflage duct tape. Keep. Now, I almost made a video about these stoves, but Rev Hiker beat me to it. He has, Foxelli sent me the same stove they sent him, and it's a good stove. I want to put that out there right now. These are good stoves. However, here's what I think is happening here. He got sent, 2 different companies sent him an identical stove with different names on it. So here's my theory on this. This one is the first one I ever bought. I've used it a lot, as you can see. It has served me well. This was $6. I bought it online, not paying attention to where it was coming from. It was shipped from China. It has no name brand on it whatsoever. My belief is that these are mass manufactured in China, and then companies like Foxelli come along, buy a bunch of them, and slap their name on it. Side by side comparison, exactly the same stove. So, gonna hang on to the Foxelli one because it's newer, and I do like these. These are good stoves. This is about 12 bucks because of the Foxelli name. This is about $6, but it came from China and took like 2 months to get here. It's kind of splitting hairs. You'll get this one right away. It's kind of a knockoff of the Pocket Rocket, but it works well. You just fold this around like this, pop these open, screw it onto your canister. Comes with a little self-igniter button, whatever you call those things. Look, they even come in the same generic orange box. So that's what I think is happening. I think China is just making a ton of these, and companies here are slapping their name on them. But it's a good stove, and it's affordable. It's a good way to start out. So the generic one's going in that pile, and the Foxelli is going to get used a lot more. This is a little Espit stove. Basically, you just fold it up like this. You put your Espit cube in the middle. You set your cook pot on top, and that's all there is to it. It was $3 or $4 on Amazon. The problem I have with this is you have to pack it away. You lay it flat so that it fits and doesn't take up space. Then you're folding it so many times, these are eventually going to break off. So this is a cool little idea. I really like it. But with my Espit cook pot system, I don't really need this. So even though it's been used well, it's still perfectly good. I'm going to put it in this pile. This is another kind of Espit stove. You just put the Espit cube there, put this like this, set your cook pot on top and cook with it. Great little idea. It's not very heavy at all, but I don't need it again, so it's going over there. Have some earmuffs, keep my ears warm. I'll keep that. These I have not tried yet, but I'm going to use them soon on a future hike since there's still snow outside. Yak tracks. Go over your hiking shoes to give you traction when you're hiking in the snow. And yes, I have both of them. Another set of earmuffs. A compass. I don't know how long I've had this thing. I've never really used it. See, I can't even open it. I think I'll give this away. I'm not a compass user or aficionado. I'm going to put it over here. Here is the packable backpack I want to keep. I think this is better made, better quality. This does not have YKK zippers. It has SBS zippers. So I don't know the difference. I know YKK is good. So those are good zippers on these other ones. As you can see, this one's a little bigger, holds more, has more pockets. So I'm going to hang on to this one. I like to throw this in my big pack so that I can take a small hike from base camp to wherever with some supplies in it without having to carry it all in my pockets. As you may have seen in my last winter camping video, I had to do that because I forgot to take this thing. Here's a little tackle box I made out of, well, it's kind of like an Altoids tin. And I carry a Penn fishing rod and this. I don't use a full-size tackle box anymore at all, really. This is another handy little foldable backpack. This came from Walmart Outdoor Products. It's their brand. Sorry about that. Cat's attacking my tripod again. Anyway, this is a cool little backpack. I have two of these, a black one and a green one. But I don't think I'm going to hang on to them. They're not really something my boys will use, but they are something handy for someone else. Now, the reason I would take that blue backpack instead of this kind, even though this is smaller, is because of all the pockets that other one has in it to carry extra items. This is one big pocket, like a bag that It's literally a bag that goes on your back. So we'll put that in that pile. This is my Walmart brand headlamp. I do plan to upgrade to a better headlamp in the future. This is 50 lumens. I'm going to keep this for the boys. They would really like to have their own headlamps, and I have a couple of these. So I'll be purchasing a new headlamp in the future. It gives me an excuse. This is a knife by a company called M-Tech. I bought one of the first knives I bought online. I'm not crazy about it. Mostly the handle is too small for my hand. As you can see there, when I grip this, it doesn't leave much. So it's a good knife. It's solid. It's full tang. But I am going to put this in the other pile. I am kind of a fan of Mora knives now, since I've owned one. And so M-Tech is going over here. Fire starters. This is the Bear Grylls Fire Steel from Gerber. When I bought this, I have a little confession to make. I didn't know Bear Grylls was a person. I thought it was some kind of name for this thing. I don't watch that show. I don't care about it. And I've heard a lot of crap goes on that show where the guy kind of cuts corners and cheats. So not really my thing. I'm more of a Survivor Man guy, even though that show's canceled. I love that. I love Les Stroud. He's a cool guy. I'm not much of a survivalist, but there's no question the skills are handy. This is a good fire steel. It's not the best fire steel, to be honest. Those little Coleman ones that you buy at Walmart are my favorite. They spark really well, plus they come with a magnesium bar that you can scrape off. This is kind of cool. It has an emergency whistle. It has a little compartment here that you can keep a cotton ball. You can't keep much in there, look at that. But maybe a cotton ball with some petroleum jelly or two that you can stuff in there, and in an emergency, save your butt. Pull it apart, strike like this. I'm not going to try it. I don't want to burn great grandma's blanket. I don't use this. It's not my favorite. I prefer those cheap Coleman ones, believe it or not. Anyway, it's gimmicky, you know, but it works. Going in this pile though. And finally, we have this solar lantern from M-Powered. It's the Lucy Outdoor inflatable solar light. You put this in the sun, charge it for about 12 hours. I think it gives you 7 hours of light. There are different modes. A little brighter, flashing. This is this little lightning bolt is a battery indicator. It weighs almost nothing. It's inflatable, as you can see. Just blow it up here. It deflates, goes flat. Stick that on the back of your backpack and it charges while you hike. This is a cool idea and works really well. I bought this at Walmart for about $14, and what happened is I didn't have it in direct sunlight charging, so it didn't stay on for the full 7 hours I expected it to when I took it camping. So for me, again, I go back to it, headlamp. I don't need this. Someone else can use it. Okay, so in a nutshell, now that we're done, I've gone through all of that. You may be wondering about my full-size pack. I only have one from Teton Sports. I actually have two of them, but one I promised to my son. So I love that pack. It's the Teton Sports Explorer 4000. And I'm pretty happy with it. It does weigh a bit more. It's about 4 pounds, but it's very affordable. And I'm just going to hang on to that and keep using it, really. Unless a company, sends me something to test, of course. But I don't plan on buying a new full-size pack anytime soon. Maybe a mid-size pack for when I ultralight, because I plan on doing that this year, but we'll see. Now, what am I going to do with all that stuff that I put in the pile to get rid of? Not as much stuff as I thought it would be, but it's some good stuff. It's quality stuff. It's just not my thing. I just have different tastes, as you get into backpacking and hiking and camping, you start to realize what you like and don't like, and everybody's different. So this is just stuff I don't care for or plan to use. So what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm and about 550 subscribers right now. So I figure when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will give all of that to one lucky subscriber. It may take a while to get to 1,000. It's taken me a while to get to 550, but I'm hopeful. I'm an optimist most of the time. And so I'm going to put all that stuff in a box. That includes the Eureka Solitaire tent, that backpacking stool, the pillow, a couple of pillows, the lanterns. I mean, there's so much stuff there. The packable backpacks. There are also stuff sacks for a lot of this stuff that I didn't include in the video because here's the stuff sack. So that's my plan with that stuff. I want to give it away, and I'll figure out how that is going to happen, how it's all going to work when I reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm talking faster than I know how to pronounce words. So anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, going through my gear, seeing what I have. I don't own a lot of expensive equipment, but what I do have, I'm happy with, and I use all the time. So, of course, this year I'll be purchasing more gear. I want to do at least weekly to bi-weekly gear reviews or previews from now on. But for now, this is what I have, and this is what I'm using, and that's what I'm giving away, what you saw go into that pile. So, tell your friends, tell your family. Let's up those subscribers. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike, complain, throw your jabs at me. I don't care. By the way, negative comments, delete, block, bye-bye. Don't need that negativity. That's not what this channel's about. So that's it, guys. I'm Utah Steve. Thanks for watching another episode, another video, and I will see you next time. Take care.
Won't you wrap your arms around me tight? Keep me warm till morning light. Soon the sun will welcome us, and we'll forget what winter was. Just can't help.
Look at that shadow on my face. This is stupid. This doesn't work. That shadow right there. No. What is that? Is it my hat? No. What is that shadow? Why are you there? Right there. Look, right here. What is it? I'm an idiot. It's the shadow of the camera. Is this recording? Yes.